So, have you ever always asked yourself, what would you do differently if you were not afraid? What would you do if you're not afraid of rejection? What if you're not afraid of losing? Or maybe, if you're not afraid of being laughed at, you will be on stage with me right now. Looking back on my career, how many decisions I made or haven't made due to my fears? Before I start, I'll give a little background about myself. I was born in China, but I moved to the United States around 6 years old. And I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I was educated in the US, and predominantly I worked in the financial industry. And one of the companies I worked for was American Express. And did pretty well in American Express, rising through the ranks. And in 2013, Amex actually made a strategic investment in a small third-party payment company in China. And I volunteered to be on that assignment, to move back to China to manage that project. And I saw with my very own eyes how that company became one of the largest third-party mobile payment company in China. I was very jealous. I asked myself, why couldn't I be involved in something like that? Why can't I do something like that? And you know, the answer was simple. It was because I was afraid. I was afraid of losing my cushy job, losing my year-end bonus, and most importantly, I was afraid of failure. And surely, like the host said, after 2016, I suffered a serious knee injury playing basketball. Initially, I was very well determined. I told myself I would make a full recovery, and I would not accept anything less. I was so determined, I went through 4 rehab surgeries within the next 15 months, and countless rehabs. Months and months, surgeries after surgery, I realized things didn't get better. My knees were still the same, and I was very in a dark place. I thought through sheer will, I could overcome this. I asked myself, why? Why did I deserve such pain? The answer again was simple, that I was afraid. Afraid that I was not able to do the things I used to do. Afraid that others would laugh at me if I walked funny. But most importantly, I realized I was afraid to accept reality. The reality is that I might not really make a full recovery. Finally, a year go by in 2017. I was well in my late 30s. I finally decided to accept the fact that my knee will never fully recover. I could never play basketball again. I also got married that year. I had my first daughter named Yuna. She really became a beacon of light in my life. But think back on it, this was the first time in my life I stopped listening to my fears. If you notice, I told you, I was late 30 at the time. The reason I got married and had kids so late was because of fear. Fear of commitment, the responsibility of being a father and a husband. In many ways, I still believe today that fear is a good thing and needed sometimes. It drives us, keeps us alert. But I no longer allow fear to make decisions for me. In 2018, I quit my job at Amex. I found a great partner named Eric, and along with 16 others, we started Panda Remit. Interesting enough, I think the picture was before, right? That everyone in this picture, all except one, are still with our company. 5 years had passed. I'm very proud of that. That one person moved to New Zealand to start a family. As with any startup, the journey was difficult, especially during COVID. Travel restriction severely impacted our business. We had product issues. Customers were complaining. Our sales were stagnant. We weren't raising new money. Our employees can't even come to the office. There was so much uncertainty, both internal and external. The team looked to me for a solution. They wanted me to make decisions, but I had no easy solution. I don't know how to make the decision. The only thing that kept me going was I keep on asking myself, what decision or solution would I make if I weren't afraid? And what would a good leader do in a time of crisis? In the end, it was simple. I did two things: define reality and provide hope. I told very upfront to the team the current status of the company. I let them know how much money we had in our bank account. But most importantly, I reminded the team that we have a great product that customers value. And all we have to do was focus on the things that we do well and work hard. Trust that good things will come. In the end, I want to simple my decision-making process. I tell myself these things. If I ever have a hard time deciding whether I want to eat or not eat, I decide not to eat. If I want to buy something and not buy something, don't buy. But if I was to think about giving or not giving, most of the time I end up giving. And if you ever want to do something, and the reason that's stopping you is fear, I strongly recommend you do it, because it has worked out for me thus far. Thank you.